Putney Swope was a movie that really inspired me. It's a movie by Robert Downey, because Robert Downey Jr.'s dad made a movie called Putney Swope that makes no sense. And I watched it and I thought, you can do that. You can make a movie and not have it add up to anything.
Swope! You don't have to accept.
From now on, the name of this agency is Truth and Soul.
And I just believed because it was done, because there was a VHS tape of it, I believed that meant you could do that. So I started working that way, and it hurt me a little. Because people like their stories.
By advertising toy guns, you're encouraging kids to enjoy violence.
I was with you when we went to Blockbuster, and you got that copy of Putney Swope.
Yeah.
It was in a bargain bin.
That's really funny that you tell me that because I remember it. Yeah, because I just bought a VCR for the first time.
Right, and we were just going to rent a movie.
I can't rent movies because I didn't have a credit card at the time.
So you bought them.
I bought, and it was the only thing that was for sale that wasn't like a Barney video or something.
And I remember you didn't know what it was.
No idea.
I didn't know what the fuck it was, and it changed your entire perception of movie making.
Yeah, it did. Putney Swope by Robert Downey. It just made me think you can do anything you want, even if it doesn't make any sense.
Right.
What I didn't understand was that just because Putney Swope existed in a shrink-wrap box, it doesn't mean that you can go do that.
Right.
I mean, I just thought any movie that got made and that has a package is like a lamp in the distance.
Yeah,
I can do that too.
Yeah.
But, it's not okay. But I'm really glad that was my first big inspiration.
Isn't that weird, though?
Yeah, you were there. It's funny because I was telling somebody this story recently about getting Putney Swope.
Yeah.
And I
remember
forgot you were there.
So my wife decided that she wanted to get pregnant again. She decided it. And this is back in August. She told me, you need to be in town next week. Why? Because I'm getting, I'm ovulating. So, not do you want another kid, just be in town. That's how she handles it. I'm like, I don't want another kid. So and she's like, all right. Next week, she starts blowing me, right? Now, she hasn't blown me in, Jesus, I don't know if I've ever been blown. That's how long it is. She's blowing me on the day she's ovulating. I'm a idiot. I'm like, yeah, you love it. I think she digs me now. Fucking stupid. So she's having another baby any day now. She's due, and it's true. She's fucking the whole thing. And I'm like, there it is. Okay. No, it's great. it. That's really the attitude that keeps a family together. It's not we love each other. It's it, man. It. It. Another kid. It. Why not? Let them all in. Good.
Something's changed when you get older, I've reallocated some of the noises that I make. Like the noise I used to make when I come is now the noise I make when I pee.
Oh, fuck. Yeah. Take it all.
I'm very disrespectful to my toilet. Unfortunately, yeah.
You like that, don't you? I'm gonna in your mouth too, cause you ain't nothing but a eating, piss drinking tell it. Dumb tell it. Got my piss on your lips. You ain't intelligent. What do? You sit there all day on your ass, waiting for me to in your face. Dumb tell it. Tuh. You ain't even special. I pissed in 3 toilets today. Quit crying. I love you.
It's bad. But that's how my dad treated his toilet, so that's where I learned it. Anyway, that's the noise I make when I pee.
Some of you might be wondering, none of you are wondering, what noise do I make when I come? Okay, so this is the noise I make when I come. It's not that special. I just go like this. It is done! It's a whole thing with a cloud with funnels of... There are crows come and there's lightning. The circle is complete! And there's a little witch floating with white eyes. And a child will be born, and then... I don't know, it's kind of intense. And some kid throws a lightning bolt at me, and I go, and I go to sleep for 1,000 years. It's a...
I wrote and directed Pootie Tang.
Pootie Tang, and about the visual elements of the movie, and he seemed to think that I approached it as a filmmaker, which I did, and he noticed that I hired Willie Courant as the director of photography for Pootie Tang, and Willie Courant was an eminent kind of new wave French, very old director of photography who made films with Serge Gainsbourg, and he made a film with Godard, Masculine Feminine, and worked with a lot of other great filmmakers. And he was an amazing guy to work with. And yeah, no, I took Pootie Tang very seriously as a film. I wanted to be a film director and direct a real movie about a guy who talks in a undiscernible language.
It wasn't, and actually I probably wish it was more of a tough sell, but yeah, it was supposed to be just a weird, quirky movie made for a small amount of money, but then people got excited that it might be a franchisable character, so they put a lot more expectation.
Yeah, I think that's.
I mean, when we were shooting the movie was a great time, but then they started coming and visiting and saying how great they thought it was, and that was really scary. So later down the line, when we were editing, they had a lot of high number expectations of it that it never could have achieved. But their process of trying to get it there was very painful to the film and me. But overall, it was a good thing to happen.
They took me off well, I had already shot it, and it was during the editing process. They hated my cut. They fired my editor, got another guy, and let me do one more cut.
I made that movie exactly the way I wanted to. And in cutting it, I found out, first of all, that I had made a flawed movie. Like, it wasn't good.
Yeah.
I didn't make a beautiful movie that Paramount destroyed. I made a flawed movie that didn't really hang together as a feature. I would, with the wisdom I have now, I would have, if I were them, just let it be released the way I made it.
Yeah.
And just see what happens. It wasn't a big risk. It was a $3 million movie.
Yeah.
And Chris Rock was in it.
Yeah.
It made its money back the first weekend. It was fine.
Yeah.
I would have just let it go because they wasted an enormous amount of money recut. They recut for almost a year. And they just poured money into it trying to make it better, and it never was going to be any better. It just got worse.
Yeah, Pootie Tang was the character we did on the Chris Rock show. Well, Chris asked me, do you think there's a movie in that guy? And I said, that's a little nutty, but I'll try it. I wanted to make movies, very badly. I remember that point. Right. It was a great moment in my life. They summon you. I got flown out to L.A. First class. I have no idea. Well, I smelled something, but they took me to Paramount, those gates. It's like you feel like that you're going to the White House, and I went to John Goldwyn's office. He was Samuel Goldwyn's grandson.
Sure. I was in this big office, and I used to drive by the Paramount lot thinking, I wonder if I could ever get in that gate. And here I'm in John Goldwyn's office, Samuel Goldwyn's grandson, going, this movie is horrible and unreleasable, screaming at me. And I should have been thinking, oh, this is the depth of my career. But I was just thinking, wow, gee whiz. This is Hollywood, This guy is, powerful, and he hates me, and, wow. And,
and so I'm in his office. I'm in the most important office at Paramount. He was running the studio at the time, and I remember I walked in and he's shaking a little. He was so mad. And he just unloads. Everybody was there that was involved in the movie. He just unloaded on me and said, "This movie is unreleasable. You have wasted my money. This is irresponsible. I have a problem with everyone here." And then this guy who was the president of MTV Films, they said, "Well, John, I don't think you really got the film." "How dare you say that to me?" He started screaming at company presidents because of my movie.
His voice was shaking. I guess, well, you never made a movie he hated that deeply. But the thing was that ran down like details. It's like, oh, and then why would a man who shuns every woman and makes a beautiful woman drink milk from a saucer on the floor fall for such an ugly, disgusting pig of a floozy? And he was really angry that Pootie fell for the woman that he did. And I thought, wow, you really paid attention. You really got into it. You know, he wasn't going like, what do we waste our money on? He didn't like make calls during the movie. He watched and he said, no, that's wrong. And so I was very proud of that. And
Pootie Tang would never do that.
No, yeah. I mean, it hurt. It was
painful.
Pootie better than you knew Pootie. To go through that and then get kicked out of the editing room and just you feel shudders in your body. Wow, these guys don't mess around. But it's kind of like,
is real.
Yeah, but it would be like if Mike Tyson like kicked your ass. Part of you would be going, "Oh, cool, it's Mike Tyson. This is what it's like to get my ass kicked by Mike Tyson."
I'll never forget that moment because I feel all I wanted to do was make movies at the time, and that was being destroyed by Samuel Goldwyn's grandson. And I'm sitting there, but a part of me was outside of my body going, "You are in the Paramount big office being yelled at by how cool is this?"
Really? You were able to...
Yes, I was able to enjoy it.
You turned it into a positive.
Absolutely, because who gets to have that very rare, beautiful experience to get to have it?
I didn't like what eventually came out. I liked what I showed him.
What you showed him, right. And then they
And one thing
it.
you know that I never felt too bad about it because he was very passionate about the hate, and he
to me the key is like surviving failure is it just turns you, it's a very great experience.
Tell me about it.
Because look, I went through all of that, Howard, and they killed the press. I mean, I grew up watching Siskel and Ebert on PBS, when it was that show, and so I always dreamed when I was a kid, someday Roger Ebert and that other dude who's dead are going to look at me through the camera and say something about my movie. And here was Roger Ebert saying, Pootie Tang is so bad, I don't even understand what it is. This isn't even a movie. It's not even complete. Yeah, he was like so hateful. And I'm having the experience of becoming famous for making a movie everyone unanimously thinks is awful, including Robin, who I grew up listening to and loved.
Right. Because none of the pain you experience and stuff like that sticks with you, really, if you're smart about it. It just goes away. And all that's left is that I got to make a movie. Right. And even the worst parts of it were just fascinating. To be on the inside of a movie and go under siege, it was fascinating, because I never thought I'd get that opportunity.
Because Chris was in it, and he was hot. Right. Yeah. And, it made its money back, and I get good checks for Pootie Tang. It's doing really well. Yeah, it's a cult hit. People dig it.
Wow.
I can't look at 2 minutes of it, because it just turned into a train wreck. But I think it might have been a good movie if we had done it all one way. It's just that they wanted to backtrack and try to do something else with it. That kind of stuff. But the thing is that going through that, though, Howard, and getting through it, and then a few months later realizing I survived that was really hard, but I feel fine. It doesn't stick to you. But I'm so much smarter, and I think that my show now is totally succeeding because Pootie Tang failed. I swear to God, it wouldn't have happened without it. Chris and I are very good friends.
Oh, good. Okay.
And we've wrote a movie together since then. We've done a lot of things. I think we had one phone call where we were like, Clinton and Gore after the election. Whose fault is this? But no, but there are people that moved away from me, and they're all reading about me in the trades, having my own show now. Well, you learn what beatings life can give you, and then you go, well, I'm not afraid. And I thought when I did this show, I might get the shit kicked out of me again, but I've had the shit kicked out of me.
No, when I was making Pootie Tang, when we were in pre-production, there's this producer on the movie, Cotty Chubb, and he was like my right-hand man. He was doing everything for me. And Chris came up to me and said, that guy's going to take the movie away from you eventually. Oh. And I was like, that's crazy. He's my partner. This guy's got my back. And he goes, no, that guy is going to eventually take this movie away from you and kill you. And it's exactly what happened. Wow. Like, he just knew it. He didn't even know the guy. He saw the two of us talking, and he's like, yeah, that's the guy. That's the guy they picked to watch you and help you, and then in the end, he's going to screw you. Oh. And that guy did pry the movie away from me and me hard in the ass. He's good enough now at the
perceptive.
game to go. He just goes, oh, that's that guy who does that, and now I'm that way. Now I can do that. There's a guy with a nervous laugh who will sell you out eventually under pressure.
Yeah.
There's, there's the dude. There's like all kinds of people. There's the chick. There's the woman who, like, takes during a meeting, she takes off her shoes and then sits kind of cat-like and says how much she loves you, and she'll eventually f you up the ass with somebody else's. She'll rip off some other guy's
and just
put
shove
it on
right
the end
in
of a
your
broom
ass.
and shove it up your ass. But you learn the players, because they're not, the thing they're not good at is changing shape or
No,
tactics.
They're not shape changers.
No, they're not. They're just
Very obvious.
vicious, but they're not. They're, you can walk around them once you learn the
greatest.
terrain.
I wish I
could find the tape from when I did Pootie Tang. There's a part in the movie where he makes a hit record, but it's silence. There's no sound to it. So there's a montage of all these people reacting to it, and it was in the script. It just said a young Asian boy is listening to the nothing, and his father runs in the room and says, "Turn that noise down." Like any father would.
Yeah.
And I just wrote Asian just because that's what I saw. I didn't want, but every auditioner, every single one, the audition goes the same as, and then
really?
you hear me or the person auditioning going, it's not supposed to be a stereotype Asian. And then the actor goes, oh, I'm sorry. And then he just does it as the good American that he is. Because none of them were... Well, they were all American-born Asians, but they just assumed, they want me to go, oh!
He wants the wacky.
I was like, no, I actually don't want that.
When I was doing Pootie Tang and they fired me off the movie, I thought seriously about taking a beta tape to Canal Street.
It was white.
And just dropping it. Well, and also they
I
added
thought that was kind
dumb
of good.
narration. Like, the movie was meant to be kind of awkward and strange. That's the way that I make stuff. And so they took everything that was sort of strange and they explained it with narration.
Oh, that's always
dumb
good. Yeah, that's
narration. And he was just trying to get the movie out, so he stayed with it and kept them involved in it and stuff. But that was the end of my... you can't... that's the way it goes. You sign a thing that says you sign it there. You work at their pleasure,
Right.
You can't complain. Wow. I mean, nobody can be surprised. You work for a movie studio. It's not your own house. They didn't come to your house.
It was so humiliating. It was so hard. The pressure was so much because something was out there that I didn't like. I wouldn't mind if I felt like somebody was up a thing and I don't believe that you shouldn't fire a director. Right. When I made that movie, I signed a regular studio contract that says I serve at their pleasure and they can replace me on a day's notice. I knew that. So I can't say they took my movie away. They hired me to work on a movie that I happen to have written and that I care a lot about. But I got thrown off because I wasn't doing what they wanted. That's the way it works. I had a meeting with a big director at the time who told me some things that you can do. One thing he said is when they take the movie away from you, it's inevitable. It happens to almost every movie that the director loses control during the editing. But the thing you can count on is that the studios don't have any better ideas than you do. And they don't really want to edit. They don't enjoy the work. It's your idea. You have the creativity and you like it. They don't like it and they don't know how to do it. So they'll, just to be protective and, territorial, they'll take it away from you. Let them take it. Don't fight it.
GTA?
Yeah, with GTA.
Video games are in the news again. You play the video games there, Lou? Probably not, because you got the kids. You can't be playing video games.
No, sir.
The new GTA game is just amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Yeah,
Danny,
it looks great.
You gave a look like, eh?
No. Nothing.
Uh-oh.
I played that game once. I just liked walking around town. I didn't get involved in the crime. Like, I actually
just
had
walk
the guy
around.
walk around, stood on the
just
corner
wanted
for
to
a
be
while.
a law-abiding citizen in GTA?
I just want to be a wallflower on GTA.
You
just
are a
walking around.
weirdo.
Just
hop in a
around,
cab,
hanging around.
pay for it.
Yeah, hop in a cab, drive the speed limit, stop at the red lights.
Yeah.
You could do that.
Stay out of trouble.
Let the hooker keep her money.
Sure.
All that stuff, sure.
Dude, I tried playing that game once because we were all in it. And, all I kept doing was backing into the fence. I wanted to kick my television over. I was so irritated. I couldn't control the
that's
clicker.
why, seriously, what I really did do was stay out of trouble. Like, you can tell where the hot spots are and every time I heard sirens, I'll just stand over here by this building, wait for that to go by. Just stay out of trouble, see how long you can play the game.
Can you walk around all
Stay
day
away
and
from
just not be bothered?
Yeah.
You can. Yes, you can. I did that for like for a couple hours.
What's wrong with you?
You got to be careful you don't bump into anyone because that could cause all sorts of problems.
It's actually pretty predictable. You hit a guy and he goes, "Hey, I hit you back. Oh, I'm in a fight now." All right, shoot him. Shoot him, and then he goes, "Ah," and he bleeds.
And then the cops come
Not that
after
interesting. But the outskirts of the game where you stay out of trouble are actually interesting because then you're at the limits of what the writers of the game did, that they didn't pay as much attention to like stand over by a bush. You know what I mean?
Never realized
you're in
that.
a weird existential corner of the creator of the game's mind. Where the stuff he had to write just in case some idiot
decided to just walk around.
Yeah, it's better than, whatever.
Well, let's see what's going on with these 6 kids out there on Long Island, I believe.
Of course. Where else would they be from?
6 teens are accused of carrying out a crime spree cops say was inspired by the popular video game Grand Theft Auto. Nassau County Police say the boys, who range in age from 14 to 18, attacked several people while trying to copy scenes from the game. 3 of the boys allegedly beat and robbed a man in New Hyde Park. They later met 3 others in Garden City, where cops say they forced one driver off the road and mugged her. She was able to escape and call police. The teens are now being charged as adults all face robbery charges.
So why the yes, Daddy?
Well, I just love how neither the news nor the Newsday article that reported this story bothers to tell you that, the reality of it is that Grand Theft Auto 4 is an M-rated game. There's ratings on video games just like there are movies. And I think 4 out of these 6 kids weren't even of age to even be playing the game in the first place. But they'll never tell you that in the news.
No, of course not.
It doesn't matter.
Video games
where
are bad.
the impetus to act like a jerk comes from. It doesn't matter.
Do you know the game?
The whole idea is like, let's find out why they did it and blame that product.
The game sold, I don't know how many millions of copies.
1.
Perhaps.
It only sold 1 copy?
1 copy.
Boy, I think it was 6.
That guy's got a lot of friends.
6 million in the first. I think it was the first week of sales. Was
6 million.
6 million?
And
the first week.
And you got one of these cases.
And you get something that happens. Come on.
That's pretty good odds.
There was actually some other Grand Theft Auto news. I think just 2 days ago, where remember that whole hot coffee incident from Grand Theft Auto 3, where you could, there was like a supposed nude scene in there. Well, they just paid out the settlement. There was a class action lawsuit. I think 2,600 people actually wanted the settlement out of how many people actually bought that game. It came out to 0.00. I think 0.006% of people were offended by that hot coffee patch. And the article had went on to tell you that it was really the lawyers making money off the lawsuit rather than the people who wanted the settlement.
Sure.
So it wasn't even anybody being offended. It was just another case of lawyers wanting to make more money.
No, I get, when you get like a notice from Apple Computer or something saying somebody sued us for you.
Yeah.
Here's a penny.
On your behalf. Class action.
Class action lawsuit.
What?
Right.
You're offended. Don't worry. Here's a penny.
Here's a penny.
Yeah, we understand what you needed.
Yeah. What happened?
And meanwhile, the company lost like billions of dollars because they had to dish out pennies to
people that don't want pennies.
Yeah. To write for your penny, to claim your. That's weird.
I think the actual figure for Rockstar was they had to pay out, I think, something like $34,000 for that hot coffee suit.
Really?
Yeah.
That's it?
Yeah. And imagine what they had to spend on their lawyers and everything else.
Yeah,
it's unbelievable.
Give me a break. Whatever.
Yeah, the
video games.
Fat cats get fatter.
Yeah. Regular Joe.
Regular Joe.
No? Yeah.
That was Regular Joe. Unlock the prisons. Let them all out. Who cares?
So when we're gone, who takes over the world?
Whatever, animal, whatever bug.
Yeah, whatever's next. Ants.
Well, what animal would it be? You think it would be some kind of bug?
Well, there wouldn't be one. There probably wouldn't be one.
There wouldn't be one with the divine spark that we had.
I understand that.
Well, the dinosaurs had it.
But what?
I don't know.
What animal takes over? That's why I think it's creepy that we're animals.
Yeah.
But there's no second place.
There's no vice animal.
That's what creeps me out.
We don't have the vice president
That's what creeps me out.
humans.
We've had this discussion many times. That creeps me out. It's like Why isn't there someone in second place just kind of like waiting for us to F up?
That we look at like, you're looking at it wrong because you're picturing like an animal doing like a
kind of a retarded human.
You're picturing
second place.
like an elephant in a suit. And
But
now
dude,
now he owns the baseball.
That's
team.
what we
An elephant in a
But Louis, that's what we joke about. We're like, why aren't you taking a bus with I don't know, a squirrel or like some other.
Right.
Life form.
That's how we roll. But bugs are actually they have more run of the joint than we do.
Right. This place would look totally different, too, after a few years of no humans being around to maintain the roads and the buildings. This place would just look like a vined, overgrown mess that some other animal would
Wouldn't
just
take long.
No,
we're living on.
But doesn't it creep you out that there's nobody even near us as far
we're
there's
the
a
only
massive
ones-
drop-off.
We're actually
massive drop-off.
Well, that's only if you measure us as the apex. That's
But
only
all
if
the
you look
other
at humans
animals
and say we're getting the
But
most out
Louis,
of the
all the
planet.
other animals kind of live together, and they're kind of
Right,
like
and they're doing
similar,
fine.
and we are the only ones that do not belong on this earth.
Well, this is how we survive.
we're a little weird.
We were weak animals, so we built these. We have all right.
So why aren't
shelters and huts are just weird? They're huge and metal.
Why aren't the dolphins building stuff?
Because they don't need to. Because they survive.
Why hasn't one other animal built something that is like almost similar to what we do?
Even
But
close.
that's like an
even
lion.
even the apes.
You don't even see one animal using something to get themselves around.
Well,
like a primitive bike or something.
That means they're going to see a monkey just driving a bike that came from like Gilligan's Island.
I think we come from somewhere else, and that's why.
Do you think so?
Yep. I think
He's a very strong believer in that.
I think we just landed
Brought here, dropped off, never belonged here.
If you start with an ape before there were us, and you just he just starts figuring stuff out little by little, you just get here. This isn't, to me...
But no other animals getting there.
Deal.
No other animals getting there.
That's not their way that they survive. Their populations are doing fine without all this.
They're all still... but they're all just kind of living in harmony with each other, just kind of using the basic...
Well, no, they eat each other. And
but they're using just the basic stuff. They're not really making anything that impressive with the basic raw materials. We got nuclear power plants. We got space shuttles way up there.
We harness the power of the atom.
Yeah, what are the giraffes doing? They're doing nothing.
Zebras aren't looking at us going, God, I wish I had a... I had a Bentley.
But doesn't that make you think that they're not doing anything? They're not doing anything.
There isn't one other animal out there doing anything.
Every once in a while, an animal will make a pile of dirt.
We're amazed when a monkey takes a stick and puts it in a termite hole and pulls it out. He used a stick.
That's what creeps me out. There's no one no other animal out there is even close to us.
Nobody has...
Like you could have
nobody has a Barbie lunchbox. Nobody has
nothing.
There's not one wallaby that is doing a morning radio show today.
Dude, we're building like
there's not one hyena who has a Wii.
Playing the Wii.
Who can play Halo.
I'm sure some would probably love playing the Wii.
Look at all the buildings outside. What is the rest of these animals doing? Nothing.
They're walking
a pile
around
of
eating
dirt
each
here
other
and there.
Sleeping in a cave. They're doing fine.
Ope makes a good point on this one, Louis. We kind of are a little odd to this planet.
It creeps me out that there's a massive drop-off after us, and that's why I'm convinced we're just
I'll
not
tell you
from
what I
here
really
originally.
don't think is definitely... what I think is definitely not the answer is that we're that God made us and made us special.
No, I don't buy that either.
I don't buy for a second.
I don't buy that.
No.
The whole story behind it is too fantasy-like.
Yeah.
There has to be, I want records. I want parchment records. I want the schematic that he used. Something.
I would just
we're an unchecked mammal. That's all. We're overpopulating. It's just
all right. One out of
needs us.
All right, one out of all the animals out there. That's creepy. Know how many animals, different animals there are out there? Not one. If you put us on a graph like what we've done and what everybody else does, they're all way down here. One's a little better than the other.
We have medicine. No other animal uses that. If any other animal gets sick or injured, they're dead.
That's right.
They're dead. We came up with medicine. I mean, like Hope says, give me a close or even a distant second place animal.
Well, who's in second place? Seriously,
Who's in second?
And then who's?
Well, again,
I'd say
would argue
I'd say the
dolphins.
gorilla.
or gorillas.
In technology and
Chimpanzee.
in literature and technology, I think we're definitely a far first.
Literature?
Yeah.
Far first is not even another...
But as far as taking
not even
care
another
of
animal that can read a word.
But as far as taking care of ourselves and being healthy and sustaining as a species, we're not that much better than the other ones. The other ones are keeping their numbers fine, and they're probably more stable.
Yeah,
they probably don't get the same diseases we do. Most of they just die of old age. A lot of those animals, they don't,
or something else ripping its throat out.
yeah, exactly.
Now,
I don't think there's a big problem with breast cancer among the raccoons. You know what I mean? I don't think that I don't know. I could be wrong.
Not one other animal goes to school, goes to work.
That's right.
Nothing.
But I don't think any hippos have diabetes and are nearsighted.
And they're overweight.
Yeah,
right.
Good
exactly.
point.
We just come from somewhere else.
Well,
It's time that we admit that.
The Than animal is panicking with the brakes.
All right.
The great Louis C.K.
Oh,
sorry. I said the great Patrice O'Neill earlier.
Louis, you throw that name around?
I saw Louis' new hour at Caroline's over the weekend. Fantastic job, Lou.
Oh, thanks, man.
Fantastic
that was great that
job.
You came.
Yeah, right on.
Thank you.
You like Lollipop by Lil Wayne?
I listen to it very loud on my speakers in my car all the time.
But you're white.
I know. Well, so I love it. I guess it's a guilty pleasure or whatever, but I turn it up really loud. It's the kind of song you need to listen to in a car where the mirrors are vibrating from the music and everything.
Yeah.
I just really like it.
It's in the pop category. I don't mind a good pop song every once in a while.
No, that's the last one I liked this way was "Believe" by Cher. That's the last song that I liked.
Oh, jeez. That's a little gayish.
Oh, well, totally. It's those Lil Wayne songs. I mean, it's all gay. I
don't think hardcore black guys are cranking up this Lollipop song, right?
No.
Right, Patrice? Is more like a girly song, I'm thinking.
I don't know.
But it's a pimp song. It's that pimp. It's that thing where black guys that are pimps and they get furry and they start getting peacock-ish and then they become women.
Yeah. Well, I got something for you, Lou.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Louis said, he's going to cough. He's whacking his bag right now.
You gotta listen to this when you're running. You gotta go running with this on your iPod. Believe.
All right.
Very motivating.
Away from gay people? What are you running from?
Well, the one, if Lou's going to admit, I'll admit. The one that gets me is a Madonna song.
Which one?
Ray of Light.
Oh, yeah, I like that. I like running.
All right.
Oh, Ray of Light.
Ray of Light makes you run a little faster, a little harder if you're working out. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, in little pink shorts, definitely.
Yeah.
You dick.
No, I'm saying it's awesome with the pink shorts. I'm not making fun of you.
You like pink shorts?
Well, when I'm running to
Listen
Madonna
to this beat.
shorts.
How could you not like this as far as pop songs go? Not everything has to be a guitar riff.
No, it doesn't. Okay.
I don't search out Madonna songs, but if you're exposed to a song like this, I'm like, this is pretty cool.
Wait, she's singing now.
Well, let her get into it a little bit.
Oh, yeah?
You're just warming up on the treadmill right now.
Give Madonna a second.
Yeah, give her time, man. We're revving up, man. We're going to a higher level here.
I don't think so.
Yes.
I think this is a girl's song.
Wait when she screams,
and
I
gay
feel.
Guys. You know what this looks like when she does it live?
Here it comes.
Faggot.
You know what that?
Faggot. I'm sorry. That's all I can fucking say. What is this? Inspirational? This horse shit?
Hell yeah!
It's if she's doing this live, you are just seeing gay men jumping around to this.
You know what? Also, with magical blinking lights, with a lot of extra horse shit.
Right.
No, everybody's got backpacks on and stuff.
Yeah.
Because the rhymes I say, sharp as a nail, witty as can be, and not for sale.
Right.
And that's all you got to do is see two niggas with Adidas, and I still want to be Run DMC. If I could be, I would. This hat is a dedication to them, man.
It certainly is.
Like, isn't there motherfuckers you love like that? You don't love this.
No.
Hold on, here it comes again. Come on, Lou. Yeah, see, I'm getting an awesome from Lil. He knows. He knows.
Not all. The point of that music is it's all produced music, and if you listen to those 3 songs, by the way, Lollipop, that one, and Believe, they're probably the same producer.
Gay, totally gay, Liberace gay.
Yeah.
Lil,
you like that, don't you, faggot? Lil, now I'm not with you. I could squeeze one of these songs on my iPod, not all 3. Because
I wish I knew how to quit you.
I might be able to squeeze this in between some cool, like, white boy rock music, but not all 3, man.
Oh, no, but I mean, they're all the same. It's basically whoever that producer works for gets the hit. Like, whoever gets, it doesn't matter. I mean, this is all shitty music, but it makes my body feel good, because I think my body's
You
gay.
really like Lollipop, Louis?
Lollipop? I crank it all the time.
All right, so that's fair, because I think I like some songs probably.
But Anthony's not innocent here. Come on, Ant.
What?
You listen to some weird stuff, too, man.
Weird, not fruity like that.
Like gunfire in your bedroom.
When the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie.
I'm not really a Dean Martin fan.
Hold on, here we go again, Lou!
Just get fucked in the ass as you.
This just brings white people back when they lived in outer space.
I love Lou in the background. Awesome!
Awesome! I love Madonna.
Hey, Lou, listen. Any group, what group do you love? Like you go, I love these motherfuckers as just. I love them.
Oh, I have I like Led Zeppelin.
Now, number one you love. I love Run DMC, and then there's some other ones I love, but if you go, you get a choice to keep a music group alive.
Number one for me is Zeppelin.
Keep Zeppelin.
Oh, my
Led
God,
Zeppelin is huge for
Number
me.
one.
The Beatles are huge for me. Led Zeppelin's huge
I
for
love
me.
the Beatles myself, but number one, you go, this survives.
Zeppelin? Timeless.
It's hard. That's really
timeless.
It's
Zeppelin
just not that
overplayed.
Easy.
Not?
It's just not that easy.
No, the songs they play on the radio overplayed.
So overplayed.
Zeppelin has a whole catalog that could hit the radio airwaves tomorrow and do extremely well.
It also depends on I just got this Marvin Gaye CD and I can't stop listening to that.
Which one? What song, Lo?
What's Going On? The whole album. It's one song fades into the next, and it's phenomenally
you're
good.
A hippie?
It's better than anything right now. That's the Marvin Gaye was going on.
Can't really argue that one, man. Marvin Gaye was
Competes with Led Zeppelin? Probably so.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Any best black artistic anything probably beats any artistic white anything.
Really?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. Very bold statement.
It certainly is.
Hey, I want to thank Billy Boston. Yes, I'll tell you a rap song that I couldn't get enough of. 99 Problems, but the ain't one.
Of course, because it's just.
But that was. What's wrong with that?
There's nothing wrong with
liking that song?
It's nothing wrong with you but you liked it.
I'm not gonna search out black songs in general, but
black people love that song.
A song like that, that's what I like.
I'm into that song, but you're into it for just because white people are fascinated with pimping.
No, dude, it's
and fascinated with that shit.
It's the beat of this song.
Yeah, dryer sheet in my
bass
shirt.
line is amazing.
But Rockbox is Rockbox.
Dryer sheet in my shirt.
Oh, you better.
Can I just say one thing about Lollipop?
Yeah.
You guys were trying to figure out. I mean, the rapper thing is really simple. It's just let her lick the wrapper. Like if you've got a lollipop, it's got a wrapper on it.
Oh, right.
So he's talking about a condom?
No, he's saying the double entendre. The first entendre is the wrapper that you put on a lollipop.
Right.
She wants to lick the wrapper like it's like he's giving her scraps, and then the other side of it is wrapper starting with an R.
Yeah.
Because he is a rapper.
That makes sense. She's like fooling around with the wrapper a little bit. Could be the pants. Could be the fly. Like the rapper.
Or he's just a stupid black guy who's
making up stupid words.
That's a very bold statement there, Louis.
You could say that. He's Mexican.
No, I'm saying he's stupid, and he happens to also be black.
I like
there's an apology coming. Do you have black friends, Louis?
I'm sorry I said that.
Yeah.
I think it's a compact humans have always made. We want to be able to laugh about stuff that's upsetting us. It's part of it, and then everybody gets upset sometimes, and they all go, "How could we make such jokes? This is a terrible thing." But in the end, we always choose the humor. That's why comedy's always stayed in there. Once in a while, everybody says this is wrong to talk about these things, and you shouldn't joke about bad things or hurting things. And we all clang a bell because that's part of the process. And I accept that. That's okay that people do that because it's part of it. You say that to yourself once in a while because it lets you off the hook. I tweeted to everybody that I thought that joke was inappropriate. And then later you can laugh at a joke that's inappropriate. You know, I mean, that way you get to have both ways.
But are there places you won't go, will not go?
Only if it's not funny or if it's boring.
But that's it.
Yeah, or somebody else has been there heavily. Then I won't go there usually because it's boring. Yeah, no, it's only if it's boring. But I don't. I remember saying one time that saying that a joke is too awful, saying that something is too terrible to joke about, is like saying that a disease is too terrible to try to cure it. I mean, that's what you do with awful things. You joke about them. That's how you get through it. It's how you survive life.
It's the only way you can talk.
Yeah. So to say that's so terrible, I can't joke about it. That's totally counterintuitive to me. It's like, if it's that awful, you better start joking about it. Because that's how human beings get through it.
I started thinking of show ideas in general.
Yeah.
And then I started thinking about just shows I like and things. And I watched a thing called Abigail's Party.
Yeah.
Abigail's Party you can watch on YouTube. It's like the only place to see it now.
Yeah.
Michael Lee, the filmmaker from
Genius.
England. Amazing filmmaker.
Oh, yeah.
Largely an improvisational filmmaker.
Is that true?
Well, a lot of his movies that are like real, like Secrets and Lies.
Secrets and Lies.
Look at me, I'm lovely.
Yeah, oh, there's so many that were so good.
Incredible movies. Even Mr. Turner, the more recent one that nobody gave a shit about.
Naked?
Naked.
Oh my God.
You look like my mother.
So he was a playwright in the 70s. It's like he had this whole other great career as a playwright in the 70s where he wrote plays. That's writing.
Right.
He wrote a play called Abigail's Party. And all it is about 4 people in the suburbs of London or wherever in England.
Yeah.
They're neighbors
Yeah.
that don't know each other, and they have drinks.
Yeah.
2 hours
Yeah.
of one scene. 4 people.
And you
having
watched
drinks.
a production of the play?
Well, what it is they did a play. They did a TV version of the play, and this was 1973. So it looked like All in the Family, any show that was shooting back then, Maude or something.
Right, but not unusual for British. I mean, they did
right.
a lot of theater.
They did stuff like
I think
that.
they did Pinter stuff. They right, yeah, Playhouse 90 or whatever it was.
Right, and but so they would. It looked like a sitcom in that it was shot in multi-camera. You could tell there was somebody live switching the cameras.
Right.
And you have 4 characters talking.
Audience?
No audience. That was the thing, and it was
Right.
funny.
Right.
I was laughing out loud, and there's silence.
Yeah.
But it's not silence. It's like it's a sound stage. There's a living feeling to it, and it's performed, and you feel that you've seen a whole performance that never changed.
You utilize that a lot in Horace and Pete.
That's right. So when I watched that, I was like, doesn't exist in the American TV diet. It doesn't exist anywhere
anymore.
No, but here's the thing. Even Playhouse 90, the way that was produced was they'd take a play, like a known play.
Right.
You know, Eugene O'Neill or something or whatever. They'd take a known play and they would rehearse it for whatever, probably weeks and weeks. And hash it out the way that they take a play and they dissect it, whatever they do. I've never been part of that process, but I know it takes a long time.
Sure.
But to me, the idea was, what if you made a series? What if you made 10 episodes of something like this that has a hybrid? So it's episodic like television.
Right.
But the medium feels like a play. And yet also like a sitcom because it'll look robust the way a sitcom, multi-cameras, a decent set. I started thinking of this, right? After I watched Abigail's Party, and I just started turning on like my whole body. I got so excited.
Hey, didn't you had a cool story? Did you ever tell the Martin Sheen story? I love that one.
Martin Sheen. Oh yeah, he was on Conan and we did a bit with him. And I wrote a bit for Martin Sheen to do on the show, a
Apocalypse Now throwback bit. And so the publicist actually said he wants to hear the idea before he commits to it.
Makes sense.
So I called him on the set of Gettysburg or some movie he was making, and he was in character. He was talking to me as Robert E. Lee.
Ugh.
In character. But and I've had guys do that before. The thing is that he's talking to me as Robert E. Lee, the general, but he's discussing like what time his flight gets in, like 20th century stuff. Like what's the? Well, sir, I fly into LaGuardia, I believe.
I'll have to leave my sweet Magnolia as I catch a connecting flight.
Catch a connecting flight through DFW. And get a town call, sir.
Atlanta's burning. Why, I gotta get down there.
And take the space shuttle to...
That's hysterical.
But so then we get it. He's in the dressing room, and I'm trying to talk him into the bit, because he said he was going to think about it. So I'm trying to talk him into the bit, and me and two producers are talking to him, and then this little kid walks by at the door of his dressing room, and he goes, "That was one of God's little miracles that just walked by our door, gentlemen." And he's being like the president or something. I don't know what the point of that was.
The West Wing kind of.
Yeah, it was one of God's little miracles. Just walk by our door, gentlemen.
Without any sarcasm.
No.
All right.
And we're
with
like
sarcasm. That's funny.
Yeah, exactly.
It's really funny.
And I'm still just trying to talk him into doing my bits. So I'm like, oh yeah, I know. I love the children.
Well, does the kid have a hanger on his head? Then maybe he's right.
Little hanger hooked lip, like all jerked up. I have 2 children, and I still think that was a lot of crap.
Yeah.
I still hate him for it.
That makes my head itch when I hear that story.
Oh, God. Yes. Miracle? Is it? Really?
Yeah.
What's the miracle?
Both of your drug-taking miracles.
Exactly. I aimed, I hit it, she came out. Wow.
Ever do the bit?
What? He did the bit. He actually nailed it. Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
It was just a bit we did called a two-way mirror in the dressing room. We pretend that we had two-way mirrors.
Oh, okay.
So we catch them doing weird things. And he was shaving, and he cuts himself shaving, and then he goes into the spiral, Apocalypse Now, Saigon dressing room. Yeah.
The original. If you ever watched the DVD of the first one they made, I'm all of a sudden the guy sitting next to you.
Yeah, hi.
Louis C.K. Louis C.K. The first one, the original, the DVD with his commentary is really great.
Oh,
You
yeah.
find out how they used, like the upstairs of the cabin, and then the basement was somewhere like hundreds of miles away or something. Like
Yeah, it was in the upstairs was in Tennessee, the downstairs was in Marshall, Michigan.
Right.
Wow. So, the magic of motion pictures.
Wow. Somebody pointed
I
out.
hope you shot it all at once.
Somebody pointed out to me that in Evil Dead 2, every single person in the movie beats the shit out of you at some point. There's nobody in the movie that doesn't bash you in the head like millions
Well, I
of
thought it was
times.
fun. Sam Raimi goes on to direct The Quick and the Dead. He's got Gene Hackman, Sharon Stone, Russell Crowe, Leonardo DiCaprio. I'm like, Sam, you going to hit them with a 2x4 to get him ready for a scene? You're going to poke Gene Hackman? How are you going to get him motivated? He's like, shut up! And he didn't have an answer, though.
No. The
I love the movies. I'm a big fan.
In Fargo
and Bubba Hotep. Did you talk to him about
we're
that?
going to talk about that.
We're going
to talk about Fargo.
Can I just say one thing about the movies?
Accidentally.
I know the most boring thing to do in an interview is like doing the Chris Farley, I love that part thing.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry.
Do it.
In Evil Dead 3, when you're trying to undo the spell by saying the magic words.
Klaatu Verata Nicto.
Again! I got it!
Klaatu Verata
And he mumbles like as if the
'Cause he doesn't know
spirits
the
of
last
the
one,
dead would go like, hey, I'll give it to him.
Close enough. Yeah, close
Klaatu,
enough. Yeah.
whatever.
And then basically that leads to the deaths of about 250 innocent people.
Because he just wasn't listening.
It's as good as it is, the cell service. You know what I mean? And the airplane stuff. They're throwing human bodies into the air like thousands every second. There's like thousands of airplanes in the air right now. And then they get, I mean, it's amazing what these people do. And Sully, by the way, this guy who like lands this plane on the Hudson and he's a hero, and then the passengers meet him and cry and show him their ugly babies and say, look, this kid's not an orphan because of your heroism. I promise you, seconds, like 3 minutes before he did that, they were on the ground in LaGuardia, taxiing around, and he was making his announcements, and everybody in the back's going, oh, could he shut up? I'm on the phone. Drive the bus, you douche. Nobody cares what you say. And they don't even give him the credit, because I've had people say to me that that it was a miracle. That's what everybody says.
Yeah.
It was God's hand. Give him the credit. He trained for it.
Yeah, he could have let go of the.
Yeah, how do you
let
not
go of
give
the
it?
controls and everything?
What? God didn't land God threw the birds in the engines. That's what God did. But so nobody, what it takes for a guy like that to fly a plane, nobody respects it. They just want to go when they want to go. And even if the 40 minutes isn't even making you late, it's just irritating you.
No, you're not getting there and then have to be 99.9% of the people are not getting to their destination and have to be anywhere within 40 minutes.
No.
So you're okay.
You're living a great dream of a life.
Yeah.
Everybody is right now.
It's a great time to be alive.
It is a great time to be alive.
It's just this big take for granted.
Yeah.
The whole bank thing is hilarious.
Yeah, the bank thing, because
we forget
that's
how hard it was to have. And you would have to figure out, well, all right, it's a 3-day weekend. Is this going to be enough money for the whole week? You have to figure that crap out.
Yeah, because you couldn't take all your money out. Right. And you had to go, well, if I have more fun than I'm planning, I'm going to be screwed.
Sure.
And you'd actually have to stop doing stuff if you ran out of money. There wasn't this
You'd be out of money.
Yep.
This constant
and you'd be
flow.
so bummed because you're like, the banks don't even open till most cases Tuesday.
I got no money. What am I going to do?
Yeah. You had to often just sit in a chair or in a car and just look around you and go, well, I can't do nothing right now. There's nobody to talk to. I'm not at a phone. I'm just a person.
Leaving your house was like going west.
Yeah.
Seriously, you left your house and you were just out of touch with everybody.
You didn't know what was
You
happening.
hope that the people you said, well, meet me at this bar at 5:30 are going to show up or whatnot.
That's
you
when
check
you
up on anybody.
This stuff is great. This technology is great. And I've read like comments on YouTube where people say that this guy's a primitivist. This word that means that you hate technology.
You're a primitivist.
Yes, that's not the point. The point isn't that technology is bad for us. The point is that it's as good as it is, and people have to stop. People are so miserable. People spend so many hours poring over their products and then throwing it away and buying another one. Like, it's so far from the basis of, like, being a human being, which is like, I'm going to freeze this winter if I don't make money and buy these certain things.
Right.
Like, it used to be you worked at a button factory, and then you took your button money and you bought some lard and bread for your kids, and then you save a little money so you could buy your kid one wooden toy at Christmas. But now the toy is an exploding robot that gives you an enema, and and you buy it for your kid before you buy food. That's the first thing, and you buy one for you, and then you go, this thing, and you get mad at it, you throw it away and buy another one. Mm-hmm. And there's this incurable, there's just this misery everywhere. People are miserable. Very few Americans are, like, content.
The phone?
Absolutely right, man. No, I'm just agreeing with it.
Yeah, the phone thing is really funny, too, because you also forget that people would call your house and no one's there, and they couldn't leave a message. No, what if they had something really important? You have to, like, sync up now for that important info.
Whole friendships that wouldn't exist without the ability to connect that much. Because you'd call somebody, and the phone would ring with a dog looking at it for a few minutes. And then in the room the phone is in, like there was a room that the phone lived in.
Yeah, it was
away from the TV.
Phone. It was the phone. You called it the phone. What was the last time you said who's on the phone? Somebody's on his phone, or somebody's on my phone. Right. You didn't even occur to you to think, they don't know that I called.
Yeah.
That didn't even occur to you.
They'll never know that I called if something happens.
Yeah. And they may call me and I may not be here. That's probably what's going to happen.
Yeah.
People would just, people, there weren't even answering machines. I remember a time where answering machines were fancy. For most people, it was just somebody might contact you if you know. It's just weird to think of that now.
Yeah. The one thing you said that was very funny was the sparks inside.
Yeah,
like there were.
No, it was a copper coil. If you took apart a phone, which I did often, it was a copper coil that you made sparks and it went down a copper wire, literally a copper wire from your house to the other person you're talking to.
Your phone,
like cups with a string.
You didn't buy a phone at the store.
No, we rented our phone.
Plug it into the wall. It was Bell Telephone, property of Bell Telephone. It was hardwired into your wall. Yeah. So when you moved in, that phone was sitting there.
Yes, and when you didn't pay the bill, which my mom often would run out of money and not pay the bill, they would come and take the actual phone out.
They'd take the phone.
The phone would go into a truck full of ugly, dirty phones in a pile like Auschwitz, just all laying with their cords tangled together in a big pile.
Although that cord would constantly, the worse you stretched it, the longer and more unwieldy it got.
And it was a Garrett. It was another weapon.
Yeah, it's a Garrett. You could choke it because that thing would never snap.
No, you could break a lot of stuff with that long phone cord.
You'd pull it into a bedroom and slam the door on the cord to get your privacy.
And the thing is, the things people are impatient about, too. It's like a guy standing on a street corner, furious because it's taking a little while to load a picture of Axl Rose on his phone for him to look at for a second to remember what the guy looked like for a second.
Oh my God!
Look at fat Axl Rose now.
Yeah.
What's he look like now?
I took out.
It's taking too long.
I still do. I'm amazed by technology, and sometimes I do step back and look at it and go like, wow, that is effing amazing that we have this. Things like flight, though, you do still take for granted. Yeah. I know that, but like newer technology, the iPhone, for one thing, I know Jimmy doesn't like it.
Hate it.
But the principle behind it, the fact that you used to have to sit there and think about who that actor was in that movie.
Yeah.
And that would drive you crazy. You'd like two people, you'd be sitting there going, I know the name, I know. And for a half hour, an hour, you could not concentrate on anything else. And now you're like, hold on, IMDb, boom, it was this movie, this year, blah, blah.
Ron Jeremy.
All your Ron Jeremy. You have answers at your fingertips now.
I have an iPhone which I don't even use because I like my BlackBerry. That's how jackass I am. Like I've got the two leading machines, and the iPhone is for when my BlackBerry breaks because I throw it around a lot. So I was at my mother's house and I was about my iPhone. I go, yeah, I got one, but it's like, and she goes, what does that even do? She didn't even understand any facet of. My mother's a computer programmer, but
oh my God,
but
punch cards.
Yes, she used punch cards. She had
ENIAC,
but consumer products. She doesn't know anything about those, and so she said, "What is that? What's the big deal with it?" And I show it to her, and I just start running her through what iPhones do.
Yeah,
and like I said, think of any song you've ever heard, and for some reason she said "Footloose." I don't know why my mom. and I just go click 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 foot, and I'm just playing it. Like instantly, and she was like, "What? I don't." And then I said, "Think of anything that's ever happened, like literally, just anything in history." So she thought of the most. She said, "Well, I was thinking yesterday about when Martin Luther King was assassinated, and Robert Kennedy was making a speech in the moment that he was shot, and he got told during the speech. So he announced to a bunch of black people that he was speaking to. He announced to them that Martin Luther King was shot, and it was a really dramatic moment. And I just go." I go on YouTube on my iPhone, RFK, MLK shot, and in seconds we're listening to that speech. And my mother was it was one of those things where she was like, where am I? What is this?
Did she try to kill
what
you?
Happened to the
Wizard! Wizard! Like Carrie's mother. She put you in the closet. Pray together. We'll pray. That is, I did pretty much the same thing at my mother and Sal's house with the iPhone. I was showing them things. You just pop on, because my mother's just a movie buff.
Yeah.
So I go to IMDb. And she's like, I don't need that. I have my Leonard Maltin book. And she's got this book that she gets every year. Yes. It's Leonard Maltin's book.
Yes.
And it's just got everything you could get on IMDb in a second in this 8,000-page gigantic book.
Yeah.
I'm like, Mom,
but it doesn't have Dane Cook's works in progress.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what I mean.
In production.
So. And you could cross-reference actors in the same movie, so you could see if they were in the same movie together. Leonard Maltin book. All right, Mom, whatever.
Louis C.K., everybody!
much. Thank you. Hi, everybody. It's nice to be here. Nice to see you all. It is. It's nice. It's funny to see you all here because I f***ed all your mothers. So that's weird. Isn't that a weird coincidence? I f***ed all your mothers. And here you are. You're not mad, are you? Did y'all get together because you're mad? They liked it, so don't worry. You shouldn't be mad. You should want your mother to enjoy herself. So I was talking to a friend of mine, and he used an old expression, and he said, yeah, well, it's a double-edged sword. You know, when people say that? I don't think people should say that anymore. Because I don't really relate to it that much, because I don't have a lot of swords. And everything is a double-edged sword, too. Like, nothing isn't a double-edged sword. It's like, oh, I'm going to Vegas. Yeah, well, that's a double-edged sword. Because you could win or you could lose. Hey, the football game was on. That's a double-edged sword. Because football is fun, but then something else is too when you're not watching that. Even single-edged swords are a double-edged sword. You know, you cut something with it, but the other end is kind of flat, doesn't really cut well. So it's kind of a double-edged sword. That bit is kind of Seinfeld-y, I think. And then I try to make it mine by doing it clumsily. That's how you modernize comedy. You take any bit Seinfeld would have done and just make it sound like you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. And then you sound clever. You ever feel like you're gonna fart and then instead you on your father's face? And everybody on the bus is like, hey, that's not appropriate. And you're like, I thought it was gonna be a fart. And they go, oh, all right then. I'm a little tired of all this terrorists alarming and the terrorist hatred, all this anti-terrorist. You know, terrorists are just people who like to murder other people. And what the fuck is the big problem? Seriously, I think that they become victimized in this country because those are their religious beliefs and they have a right to them to murder people. Because here's the thing, what do they do that's so bad? They kill people. Who the fuck, well, so what? What's so great about people that they shouldn't be allowed to murder them? Like, I was really thinking about that. Like, so people die. Yeah? I don't know them, so I honestly don't care. And if somebody, well, what if somebody you knew died? Well, that would be sad, but then there's the other side to it, which is I'd get to act sad and people would be worried about me and really concerned about me. You know, like when you were in school, did you ever have when you were in school, when you were a kid, like fantasies about your parents dying so that you'd be really special in school? Like if your parents got killed, you'd go to school and they'd make an announcement, Joey's parents died today, so everybody, and all the cute girls would come up and go, are you okay? And stuff like that, which would never happen. They'd just walk up and you go, I'm still not gonna f*** you, you faggot. That's what would have happened. And that would have I would have jerked off to that and had a better time than if I them. Seriously. To me, jerking off later or a cute girl saying that to me after my parents died, like the brutalness of that would have gotten me off better than that stupid Fuck her. I don't need her. I have no idea. I have no idea where this is going. But here's the thing, people dying, look, people talk about like, don't eat dolphins when they're in the tuna. Pick out the dolphins, right? You gotta pick it out, like raisins. But and like you ever go to shop for tuna and like it says dolphin safe and you kind of go like, yeah, but like somehow you think it's not going to be as good. Like I want to do the right thing, but it's probably kind of bland without the dolphin. But here's the thing, like why not kill and eat a dolphin? Why not? Oh, because well, no, I don't f***ing get it. If you're a tuna, fuck you, we're eating you. So I don't really see the difference. And I think it's wrong to eat tuna and dolphin and cows and everything. But I eat them. I eat them all. Because I don't care that it's wrong. I totally think it's terrible, but that's not important to me that it's terrible. So what if it's wrong? It tastes good. And I like the way it feels when I eat it, so f*** it. But I'm not going to pretend I'm doing something that's okay just because it doesn't think or something. So when I think about that, I think, yeah, so people die. What's the big deal? They're dead, and some of them might have been assholes. You don't know. All right. So I think the terrorists back the fuck off. They get it. They get we don't like them. I think that's what they would say. If they could make a statement, okay, we get it, yes, blah, blah, you hate us, fine. Jesus Christ, you guys, with the terrorism this. Okay, move on already. You actually seem sort of offended that I'm doing an accent. That's what's funny to me about this, is that everything I've said so far, you happily laughed at. Be like, that sounds stereotypical. I'm not sure it's cool to laugh at that. That sounds like a stereotypical guy. Anyway, it was a Mexican accent, so. And I was talking about a Mexican terrorist, so f*** you. Because you didn't even know what you were being offended about. What other terrible things to defend? All right, rape. It's not good to rape people, right? It's not okay to rape people. But what about Jews? Oh my God, did I say that? That's horrible. Here's my question. It's not okay to rape people, and I totally think that you shouldn't rape people, and I don't rape anybody. Anybody. But when does a person become a person? Like if you rape a fetus at 3 weeks, it's not really rape, because it ain't a human yet. So it. It right in the hole. Who gives a shit? I don't even think people would mind if you walked up and raped their fetuses. Sorry, it's not a kid yet. Don't worry about it. Enjoy, please. Don't rape me. But if you have some way to rape my embryo, have at it. No, I don't think that there's any good reason. You could have a reason to rape somebody. Like, say there's somebody you want to fuck them and they won't let you. Then what else are you supposed to do? What other recourse do you have? What are you going to not fuck them? That's absurd. I would have raped Hitler. Like, if I had a time machine, I think that the 2 things I would have done would have been to erase my daughter and raped Hitler. Because I don't think it would have been enough to kill Hitler. I think if I raped him, he would have had no balls to do all the shit he did. He would have been just kind of depressed all the time and sitting on the floor of his shower crying with holding his knees and stuff like that. And a guy who does that can't have the focus to take over the world. So I think I would have done some. And also, I wanted to f*** Hitler, seriously. I think he was hot. I seriously was attracted to him. I used to fantasize about his brush mustache sort of tickling my balls. I don't know how that would work logistically. He's there, but then he'd have to. I guess if we were 69ing, then his mustache would tickle my balls, but then that wouldn't really be rape. 69, you can't rape people into a 69. Anyway, I gotta go. Thanks a lot. Good night.
Kubrick?
Yeah, he's just like.
Oh yeah, he was a New York
yeah,
boy. He was a street. Yeah,
but he's just like
a regular guy. And every single thing he did had. There's jokes in every movie he made.
Yeah, right.
There's funny jokes in Paths of Glory about these three guys who've been sentenced to death to be shot by a firing squad because they supposedly let their platoon down. There's this scene of them the night before they're going to be executed.
Yeah.
And there's the guy with the eye that drifts over, that guy he has in a lot of his movies, that his eye drifts to the right.
After you read my doctrine, you'll see the world what it should be. Each and every one of you, sober human beings. If you're better than I am, if you're more than I am, show me.
But this other guy who plays, by the way, in Blade Runner, the guy who Roy smushes his eyes in, the guy who runs the Blade Runner company, remember him?
Yeah, yes.
He's one of the guys in Paths of Glory, one of the soldiers, and he's also Floyd. He's also the bartender.
The bartender, Shiner. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, it is, Mr. Torrance. What'll it be?
So anyway, that guy, he's having a mental breakdown, and he says, "I'm going to be dead tomorrow. I'm not going to be on this earth." And he sees a cockroach on the table, and he says, "That cockroach is going to be closer to my wife and kids tomorrow than I am." And the other guy goes, and he says, "Now you got the edge on him."
See that cockroach? Tomorrow morning we'll be dead and it'll be alive. It'll have more contact with my wife and child than I will. I'll be nothing and it'll be alive.
Now you got the edge on him.